Good day, Cameron here, Burns' Garage. It is Monday afternoon sometime. Pretty big weekend for me here in the garage or in the shop. We did have a little bit of progress on the 46. So if you want, I'll switch the camera around, take you over, show you what we got done, show you what we're going to get done in the next few days, and get started. Alright, so for my astute video watchers, you'll notice that on the back here, we're sitting here with the aid of no jack stands. So what we did do is we did get the shock mounts tacked onto the frame. We just ran the one gusset for now. Now I do plan on putting one on the front and the bottom and maybe the top even to spread that weight out or spread the force out, right? I just got the 8.5s put on the back now. They're holding somewhat holding there. So at least I can show you this next part. So again here, shock mounts on. We don't have any jack stands. I put this bar back on for my rear bumper in a little toolbox or something down underneath the floor there. And then put the gas tank in the box. I'm thinking maybe a moon tank or something. Depends what the old funds dictate. But here, I'm gonna set you back up and I'm gonna show you the big thing that we got accomplished this weekend. All right, so here we are, 46 behind me. Again, shock mounts got welded on. The shocks got all hooked up. The jack stands came out from underneath it, which means that we should be able to roll this project back and forth. So, let's take a look here. Oh. To the back. And to the front of the garage. We now have a rolling project. So project 46 is now turned into a project roller. So that's big news for me. I've got some other work coming up in the garage this week, so being able to push that in and out is going to be vital for me. It's getting colder out here in southern Ontario. We're working with very limited heat out here in the garage. Okay, so being able to roll that out, bring something in, shut the door, work on it for the day, bring that back in is always, or is going to be amazing for me. It's not going to eat up my shop space like it has been for the last couple of months. Not saying I haven't been enjoying the fact that I've not been able to work on anything else but this, but I do need to work on some other projects as well. What else I'm going to show you is body mounts. Body mounts are next on my list. Body mounts, what we have done so far is we have fabricated them. We have not welded them to the frame yet. Cut them down, grinded them up, and we're going to use these for the rear cab mounts. Okay? What I found the other day on the ground when I was out walking the dog was I found myself one of these 3-inch trailer receivers sitting on the side of the road. Can't walk by a good piece of metal and leave it there. So when I picked it up, I took a good look at it and I realized it had some 3/8 or 3/4 inch holes in it, which is great for some body mounts or great for some bolts, bolt size for body mounts is what I'm saying. So what I did here was, you can see it's a square, so if I zip it in 2 spots, I then have 2 90-degree angles, which is great. And also, I had the big holes already drilled in them or put in there. I don't have a drill press, so putting holes in big thick metal like this is an absolute pain in the butt for me. I can WD-40 and burn out drill bits all day long and not get through something like this, so that was a bonus. Also, somewhere along the lines I learned that triangles are strong, so I took a piece of metal here, 1/4 inch, and just made a gusset, right? That's going to come down here, and that's going to weld to the frame, you know? So say we have a piece of frame, say this is the frame, this is going to go weld on it there. I can adjust how high I need it to keep the body off the frame, right? And then what I do is I come back in here, and I'm going to make some more triangular gussets to tie this to the other side of the frame. Just disperse the weight over a larger area. But that's basically the idea. All right, if you got a sec, I'm gonna flip this around and I'm gonna go in the truck and I'm actually gonna show you how it's gonna be mounted, or they're gonna be mounted up in there. So what I did was, it had these original holes here. What I did is I just opened them up and made them into slots. That way I have some adjustability. You know, I can kind of push the body around a little bit. But this is how it's gonna be. This is the mount on this side. So I got myself a tab that I'm gonna weld to the top just to strengthen it up. And then down here, like I was showing you, it's just gonna be welded right there to the frame. What I'll do right now is I'm gonna probably burn it in here along this edge. And when I get the body off, what I'm gonna do is I'm then put the gusset across and do all my final welding. I'll address the welds, and that'll get painted when I paint the whole frame. So that's the fronts. And if you hang out here for a sec, I'll show you the backs, the rears. All right, so here we are. So again, those are my trailing iron mounts that I fabbed up. Again, they still need all finish welding. But once I get the cab off the frame, I'm gonna do all my finish welding, and then I'm gonna clean, or maybe even send the frame out to get sandblasted or something. And I'll finish all the finish welding. I'll do all that once the cab's off, is what I'm trying to get at. So anyways, there's that piece. Again, that came off of Dave's frame. That was kind of a frame horn there. That one already had a hole drilled in it too. So that happened to line up absolutely perfectly with the holes inside the cab. So I got those two for the rear. Okay, so that'll be in the next couple days, is getting those tacked on into place. So once we finish getting those mounts welded onto the frame, the last thing I have really is we're going to do the wishbone tabs, or wishbone brackets. So I have those over on the bench. I might have shown you guys these before. 3/4 bolts, 1/4 inch plate. What I plan on doing is we'll give them a little bend on each end here. Here and here, I mean. Maybe there and there. Give them a little bend, some ears, and we'll notch them. So whatever's welded to on the top edge to the frame, we'll notch a little piece out and bend them over to weld them underneath. So we'll give them just some more strength. But it is 1/4 inch plate, so strength's gonna probably not be too big of a factor. All right, so that's it. That's pretty much what I got done over the weekend. Big thing is the status change. We're now rolling, right? So that's huge. Being able to move it in and out of the garage, like I said, it's gonna be great. Building the box is gonna be something that I'd really like to get a set of original box sides and work those on and utilize them and have that more vintage look. I think I could build something that's going to look vintage, but it's not going to be vintage. So I don't know, I might hold off on building that for a little bit, see if I get maybe some Christmas money or something like that. Maybe then I can look out on the Facebooks and find, or the Kijijis, and find myself a set of box sides out there. To be honest, probably one 8-foot side I could cut in half and use one side to make both of mine, because it's only 46 inches. So that's a thought. But anyways, what I'm gonna do at the end of this video, I'm gonna actually throw up a few photos. I, like most people, or most car guys, I really got my start and got my love for cars by building scale models as a child, being able to customize them, paint them whatever color I wanted, change parts, do things like that. It really got my imagination going and gave me the love for building cars and just cars in general. And now it's given me the ideas and the creativity to attempt to build one myself. So I greatly appreciate having that in life, being a kid and enjoying those things. So yeah, I'm gonna throw up some photos at the end of a couple model cars that I've been working on. One might look a little bit familiar, but it's really where I got the inspiration to do this. I thought if I could build it in 25th scale, I could definitely build it in 1:1 scale. It's just the use of a welder instead of glue, right? But we'll see what happens.